New HCTI file format lets you send touch over the internet just as easily as you would send a video. A new standard for codecs used for haptics could revolutionize telehealth and online gaming. The next evolution of the internet could involve digitally transmitting the sense of touch, which may transform remote surgery and usher in a whole new era of online gaming. Researchers have developed the haptic codecs for the tactile internet, HCTI for short, standard that allows haptic information to be sent both ways across the network via data packets that are neither excessive in size nor require large amounts of bandwidth. They outline the details in a paper published June 14 by the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineering's IEEE Standard Association. Currently, transmitting tactile feedback over a remote connection, for instance, when operating a robot arm on site, requires data packets to be sent both ways 4,000 times per second. While this allows feedbacks to be realistic and ensure robust data transmission, it places very high demand on the network that transports the data packets, said lead author of the paper Eckhard Steinbach, professor of media technology, Technical University of Munich, TUM, in a statement. To overcome this, the HCTI standard uses compression and reduces this clock rate to 100 times per second, which Steinbach said is close to the human perception threshold. The HCTI standard optimizes the control loop between the sender and receiver alongside compressing information in a similar way as is used to send audio or image files across the internet, but in a two-way format. The new codec is something like JPEG or MPEG, only for haptics, said Steinbeck, adding, in the case of JPEG, MP3, MPEG, many applications emerged after the standards are made public. I expect the same from our new haptic codecs, he says. Touch transmission. Codecs compress information sent across the internet by cutting out data beyond human perception. In JPEG and MP3 files, that means removing visual and audio elements that humans are not likely to notice. This results in the loss of high fidelity, say in colors or high frequency sounds, but makes for a much smaller, easily transferred data packet. But that process is normally a one-way transmission, given haptic feedback requires two-way communication and high fidelity to be effective remotely. It requires high bandwidth with low latency connections. When operating robots on site, this is not a huge problem, but operating them remotely possesses challenges. While information is sent through fiber optic networks at the speed of light, it still travels at a maximum of 300 kilometers in 1 millisecond. In terms of pure transmission time, that means the haptic static packet would take 30 milliseconds to travel from Germany to Japan, not counting any delays in transmission caused by the receiving device. This is not fast enough for effective remote tactile feedback, the scientist said in a statement, but compressing the data packet size, yet still transferred enough information for haptics to be effective, allows for tactile feedback to be transmitted without a delay that's noticeable to humans. The only downside, the researchers add, is that the forces exerted by a robot are slightly dampened when fed back to a controller, meaning hard surfaces can feel softer, for example. The HCTI standard could have a variety of future applications, practically in medicine, particularly, and scientists said, most notably could be used in telesurgery, where an in-theater robot could be controlled remotely by an expert surgeon in another continent. A doctor could also perform a remote ultrasound of a patient in an ambulance, for example, thereby speeding up the process and delivering aid. Haptic feedback could also improve gaming and entertainment experiences with more realistic feedback when gaming online or in so-called 4D cinemas. It could, for example, convey the physical feeling of a handshake between two players. This could also be applied to the best virtual reality VR and augmented reality AR headsets to deliver better immersion. And this is by Roland Moore-Collier on Live Science. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. My Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.